there, my name is Amy Small. I'm the owner of Knit Collage, where we specialize in unique hand-spun yarns and knitting patterns. I've owned the company for 11 years now, which is pretty insane. It's insane to say out loud, but it's somehow true. And at the heart of my business is this idea that making things transforms us in so many positive ways. Embracing knitting and tackling increasingly more challenging patterns has left me feeling so much more confident in all areas of my life. It's also opened up this childlike creative freedom within me that somehow got away from me as I got older. It's helped me discover that inner creative, and that permeates so many of the things I do in my life. Day-to-day things with my kids, it's everywhere. I'm more free to let what's in my heart come out on the needles in a free flow of creative self-expression. I simply feel more like myself, and it feels so darn good. Authentic, that's what it feels like living authentically. Of course, it goes beyond just creativity. Knitting has helped me practice patience, especially with my kids, and has helped me come to this crazy realization that I can figure a lot of things out on my own. If I can learn and knit a complicated lace chart, I can certainly solve this complex shipping issue I'm facing in my business. That moment that you finish this tricky sweater or stitch pattern, you just feel like a rock star. It's a universal truth, and you love it. You feel on top of the world, ready to kick some butt. There's nothing like that confidence that you get when you finish something you cherish. So that's what I'm most excited about, those things, shouting from the rooftops through my business. When you make creative things all the time as a way of life, it changes everything, and it helps you become a better version of yourself, more authentic version of yourself. So in addition to these hand-spun yarns and patterns, I also host knit-alongs, and in our knit-alongs, they're a way to share all the things I love: knitting, yarn, teaching, community, and mindfulness. Our fall knit-along just wrapped up, and it was pretty darn epic. We had lots of knitters, beautiful finished objects, more Zooms, lots of ways to foster connection with each other, more teaching. There was a lot of unraveling that happened, that always happens, but those people got the help they needed. The creativity coming out of that group, mind-blowing. But then after 8 weeks, it all ended. And I think what I realized is that I really wanted that conversation to keep going. I wanted to continue those friendships and connections that I had made. And that conversation is simply geeking out about yarn, learning new techniques, hearing about different techniques, our favorite pattern designs, tools, and of course, cheerleading each other on with a heartfelt love for what we were all making. So with all of those things in mind, I came up with this simple membership idea about 6 months ago, and it ties into our knit-alongs, but it actually goes way beyond just our knit-alongs and our yarns and our patterns. So I want to invite you to go deeper with me and to join me in this journey if it interests you, if you feel moved. This group started in July with a small group of founding members. And since then, we haven't opened up membership again. So this is the first time we're doing it. Those founding members have become dear friends. We've connected countless times over Zoom, and I can't wait to hug them in person whenever this is safe. Through them, I've learned new techniques. I've been inspired by their boundless creativity. It's been awesome. So they're part of this membership, which we call the Creative Knitters Club, that tie into our business, but some that go way beyond it. So I want to tell you about exactly what's involved right now. So there is a video vault. This is geared towards all levels of knitters. So beginners and advanced knitters are going to find something here to learn and take away. The video vault is yours forever, and it's hosted on Teachable. Right when you join, you're going to get access to 70 plus video tutorials. These range from simple basics like how to read a yarn label, what's the difference between yarn weights, swatching in the round, our favorite tools, simple cast-on techniques, and knit stitch tutorials. It's all the stuff that I wish I had known when I started knitting, but I didn't. I searched YouTube for, and it takes a while and it's pretty painful to find the good videos. I'm hoping this will be your one-stop place for simple, clear video tutorials. All right, so you're also going to find more advanced tutorials that I've done in the past 6 months for this group. So these are going to involve a deep dive into short rows. I went deep on short rows, color work, lace, blocking, brioche, and so many more. As we progress, I'll build on what we learn each month by working towards more advanced techniques. So on my mind for the next couple months, steeking, intarsia, cables, and more. And we ask you what you want to see there. Continually ask you so that we can shape what goes in there to be what you guys want. All right, so the next big thing is community. Making in community, it's just the best. I don't have a ton of friends around me where I live in Boston that like to make things. So being able to connect with people through Zoom that just get it, that get that passion, that want to knit things is absolutely incredible. So our community is all about accountability and cheerleading, and of course, having a lot of fun. So we host our community in a private Facebook group, and we're going to encourage you to share here if you feel moved. Posts here can be about any project, any yarn, not just knit collage, of course. We love it all. We also host bi-weekly Zoom calls, so there are 2 a month where you can answer questions or ask questions. We'll answer them and share your knitting. We do breakout rooms so we connect with each other in a deeper way. And we usually have those on a Saturday or Sunday, but we can do weeknights too. So we're percolating on the idea of small groups with the idea of mentorship in mind. And I'm going to throw that out there in the beginning of February to see if people are interested in that. All of our Zoom calls are recorded if you would like to watch them later, and a lot of people do that. So this is a great place to say too that all skill sets are welcome here. Expert knitters know that ripping is a part of knitting life. Even after knitting for 15 plus years, I still constantly make mistakes, but then I learn and I grow. That's where the learning happens. And my hope is for this community to be a place where all skill sets feel welcome, to come share their questions, share their wins and their failures, get help, because we've all been there and we've all done that. And we know that when we get the support at those stages when we need it, that's when the chance of our success is better, it's stronger. When we get that community support and the answers that we need, we're more likely to finish that project and then move on to something else. All right, so help is the third gigantic thing. What happens when you realize that you've made a fatal knitting mistake and you have no idea what to do? There's nowhere to turn to get help. You may just set your project aside and never come back to it. I've done that before. So we have help sessions set up with Cheryl, our knitting guru, and these are done through Sign Up Genius. And you can sign up for a 30-minute session per week to get one-on-one help with her. And this is for any project, any yarn, not just knit collage. And this is a great place to say too that we put a lot of work into these help sessions. I've done a bunch of them myself. Sometimes we make swatches. We dig out samples that show exactly what you're trying to achieve so you can visualize. There's a lot of work on our end that goes into giving you tailored help and advice on your project, color help, whatever it might be. We're open to helping you, and our goal is for you to be successful with more projects. All right, so you sign up through Sign Up Genius for a 30-minute slot, and I'm excited we have one more person coming on to help us so that we can offer more Sign Up Genius help sessions on weeknights and weekends when people who work are more likely to sign up. So I'm really excited to share more about that as we dive into February. You can think of it like your virtual knitting helper. That's what it is, your virtual knitting helper. My hope is that it gets you finishing more projects. All right, so the last thing is creativity, and this is probably not the most tangible, but it's my most important one, as I talked about right at the beginning of the video. We will be encouraging you to embrace your inner childlike creativity and freedom of self-expression. This is so important to me. So how can we help you push yourself to do more creative projects, colors you might not normally knit with, stitches and designs that are out of your comfort zone but pique some spark of interest in you? We may embrace stash busting, yarn mixing, unofficial cals, and other fun projects that the group feels moved to do. So stay tuned for that. But the creativity is a big part of it for me. I don't have a lot of friends in my community here that really get that. And having friends who, I see these sweaters and it's like, what? Now I have to make that, but do it my way. It's so inspiring. All right, so this is probably one of the biggest things for some of you, and that is early access to our knit-alongs. So if you've ever joined in a knit-along, you know that the colors go really quickly, sometimes within minutes. I think we've sold out of many colors within the first hour of opening up our knit-alongs in the fall. So you're going to get early access to our knit-alongs. You get to order 2 days before everybody else. And that ensures that you get exactly the color you want to get. I'm also going to give you early access to other kit releases. So kit releases around Black Friday, we usually do something special around then. We also have other designs that come out through the year that we do kits on that you will continue to get early access to, as well as new yarns. And I'm hoping to do more limited edition yarns, like special colorways. So I would like to give you early access to those too. Kind of depends on if I'm able to design well from here without my normal trips to India, but I'm hoping I can. I'm hoping I can achieve that. You're also going to get a lot of fun surprises. So you might get a gift in the mail from time to time, a yarn gift. You're going to get free shipping discounts, lots of free patterns. I love giving away patterns to this group. Just unexpected random discounts here and there. You're also going to get a $10 discount to use on the Knit Collage website whenever you want. It's going to roll over. If you decide not to use it 1 month, it'll roll over to the next and it never expires. So even if you decide to end your membership at some point, those points that you had will still be there. You won't be accruing more, but they'll still be there. And they're easy to use. You use them at checkout. It's all set up. It took us a little time to get the kinks worked out of that system, but we're up and running now. So no kinks in sight. And many people I noticed from the group in the past saved these and used them towards the fall knit along, which you could absolutely do. You save them for 6 months and use them for the upcoming knit along. The last thing I want to talk about is guest lectures and tutorials. This is going to be all new starting in February and will run bi-monthly, maybe monthly. Depends on if you feel overwhelmed by the amount of Zoom calls. I don't want to throw too much at you. Some of the topics might include deep dives on how to fix mistakes, embroidery on knitting, spinning, pattern designing, things like that. We'll hear from industry experts, but also some of our own Knit Collage team and community members to share their wealth of knowledge with us. The last thing, and this is kind of a pie in the sky dream I have, it's going to be a separate cost, of course, is a live event. I really want to do a live event. I really want to do it in 2021. It's going to be 2022, most likely at this point, given the state of the world and the pandemic. So as we inch closer to people being vaccinated and life being safe again to go out and mingle with each other, I will tell you more details about this, but we have our sights set on a hotel in Vermont. It will most likely be March 2022. Maybe fall 2021 if things shape up nicely with the pandemic. All right, I think that's everything. So the cost to join the membership is $32 per month. Registration will be open for 1 week only. The next time to be able to join will be in about 6 months from now. So I think that'll be July 2021, but I'm not totally sure. At that point, after this week, the membership's just gonna close until July. Registration is going to open on Wednesday, January 27th at 10 a.m. and stay open for 1 week, closing on Tuesday, February 2nd. Then the fun really begins. Right when you join, you get access to those 70 plus videos in the vault and our Facebook community. Our first welcoming Zoom call is going to be the day after we close up the membership opening, and that's going to be February 3rd, so the day after at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a big welcome call. So if this interests you, if this sparks your interest, your creativity, sparks something inside you that calls you to join us, we would love to hear from you and we'd love to have you join us. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any questions. I'd love to hear what you're most excited about. Maybe it's just getting early access to the knit-alongs. Maybe it's the community, the lectures, the videos. I'd love to hear, and please keep the questions coming if there's anything. I'm really excited to connect in a deeper way. I hope you'll consider joining us. Thank you so very much.